see your head right now. You are the place my only home.
Tales of Arise is one of those games that I bought when it first came out, played like 20 minutes of it, and never touched again for around 2 years, which happens to be the case with a lot of games I own. But I do not regret for 1 second going back and playing this game. Tales of Arise is a lot like other JRPGs we've come to know. It comes from a very long line of games and has a lot to live up to. The Tales series, not to be confused with the Trails of series, has 17 mainline games and multiple spin-offs. Tales of Arise is my second game in the Tales of series, the first being Tales of Vesperia, so I have some knowledge on how these games work. I also have Tales of Berseria, but I may have fallen into the buy a game and don't even touch it section, which definitely is not the case for 70% of the games I own. I want to start by simply saying this game is simply gorgeous. Yes, I said simply twice, but this game's visuals are anything but that. The visuals and sound design are stunning and spot on. Both Tales of Arise and Tales of Vesperia have a very timeless and distinct art style, and I adore every aspect of it. Tales of Arise almost looks like they made the cell shaders then went over it with some watercolor paint. It's not as strong or distinct as Breath of the Wild or anything like that, but there are subtle hints of it, and it just gives it so much character. I also need to talk about this game's customization because there is so much of it. You can change just about everything regarding the character's appearance. You can change the outfits, the hair, and even the weapon skins. And there are so many to choose from, so you should not get sick of seeing your character. I am a sucker for different outfits and will spend my entire paycheck on outfit DLC. And that's exactly what I did. The DLC on this game drops on sale all the time too, so you can pick up the entire bundle for like 15 to 20 bucks if you want. That's equivalent to one Fortnite skin for retrospective. You do get a few different outfits throughout the story too, so if you're broke, you'll still have plenty of options. Another option this game gives you is the ability to change your party leader at any given moment, whether it be in the overworld, during exploration, or during combat. There were a lot of times one of my party members would have a special ability ready and I could just switch over to them really quickly, use it, and then swap back to my favorite character. All of the characters have such unique playstyles and weapons too that if you swap around enough, the combat doesn't get too stale even after such a long runtime, around 41 to 50 hours for the main story. And I will confess, I know I just said the combat doesn't get too stale, but I didn't say it does get a little bit stale kind of towards the end. But the developers had a plan for this. Auto combat system. Tales of Arise gives you 3 options for combat: manual, semi-auto, and auto. And you can change this out anytime, even mid-combat. On top of that, the game also gives multiple difficulty modes, so if you're a wuss, you can change it to easy. The game isn't genuinely that hard, but it can definitely have its moments. I ended up turning my difficulty up around halfway through the game, but if you don't do this, you won't have any less of the experience. You can tell Bandai Namco really wanted to make this an enjoyable type of experience for all gamers, and they nailed it. I'm not even sure where to start when it comes to this game's characters and story. Every single character had so much depth, whether it be Alphen trying to discover who he is after he lost all his memories, to then dealing with his past after he does gain them back, or racist Rinwell learning to accept the Renin and that not all of them are evil people. I could literally rant for hours about these characters. They all have their own struggles and traumas they're dealing with, and watching them all grow and learn to rely on one another is really cool. This game has a lot of character development in the heart-to-hearts too, which are basically just these small cutscenes that you can watch, and it just gives you these fun, lovable moments with these characters. Some of them have genuinely made me laugh out loud too. When it comes to the plot, it started off pretty basic, but just evolved into this crazy experience with all these fun and wild moments. You start off just hunting down all the Renin lords, who are basically a bunch of OP people sent from another world to gather astral energy for something called the Crown Contest. But since they're too lazy to do it themselves, they enslaved this world's residents called the Danins, who don't have the ability to use astral arts, so the Renins easily overpower them. So the Danins hate the Renins for enslaving and murdering their people. And there's some serious racist crap going on in this game, which makes some of the character interactions really interesting and makes for some amazing character development later on. Now, when it comes to plot twists, some of them were pretty predictable, and then some of them I was just like, what the heck? Like, there's one point where this reoccurring guy named Voron, he just keeps coming back, and you defeated him multiple times, and then in the final battle he just comes in on a jet appearing out of nowhere, and then that's your final fight. And it's weird. It's really weird. But the fight was freaking awesome. I mean, you just spam the blazing sword the whole time, which is super cool. And then at one point you think Alphen is going to kill Xion there in the end, and I was ready for that, but then he didn't, and I was happy because the ending to this game is literally so happy. Bandai Namco did so good with this ending. Being able to see Xion and Alphen get married was something I did not expect in this game, but it was such a sweet moment that it felt so rewarding. Other developers really need to take note, because this is how you end the game. I left feeling so happy for every character. As I said before, I love this game, and if you haven't played it, you seriously need to. It's not a perfect game, but I do believe it's well worth pushing through some of those harder moments, just because the reward at the end is so worth it. And there's so much to this game I haven't even touched on yet. There's so much more to the depth of the story, and so many more gameplay elements I didn't even get to mention. There's just so much thought and love put into this game. If you enjoy RPGs, you absolutely need to play this game. It is a definite must-own for any RPG fan. Bandai Namco also just released well, not just released, I guess it's been out for a while now, but they have a DLC called Beyond the Dawn. And I haven't even touched on that, so if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts, or maybe you're watching me do a Let's Play on Beyond the Dawn, please let me know. Or even if you have any other game comments or any game recommendations you'd like to see me play, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear what games you guys have been playing and what games you'd recommend. Wait, how do you do a YouTube outro? To be like, hey, bye guys, like, subscribe, comment. No, that's cliche. What about just like, adios? That's kind of generic. Nobody wants to hear you say that. No, that's stupid. Bye. Yeah, that's it. Bye.